Hi everyone, Rosalind here, and welcome to our daily devotional. Today we're talking about a really super practical and amazingly useful tool that I myself have used many times and with so many of my clients over the years. And we have all found it unbelievably helpful. And it is that you can make appointments with your anxiety, worry, stress, even trauma, emotions, whatever it is. You can make appointments with them. You don't have to succumb to them whenever they feel like descending upon you. So, for example, you may be someone who gets very stressed and can get into negative thinking very quickly about how, this is never going to work and what's going to happen next, and pull yourself down. It can be called overthinking or catastrophizing. You can also be dealing with some anxiety or some trauma that you're going through. And sometimes you'll be sitting in your day and you'll feel this wave begin to rise up, to come over you of whatever it is. You're overthinking, your stress, your anxiety, or emotional issues that you're dealing with. What you do in that moment when you feel it arriving is to say, stop. Just hold on a minute. It's not that I don't want to deal with you. It's not that I don't want to spend time with you, but now we can't do this right now. I'm in the middle of something. It's not convenient. Come back tonight at 6 o'clock or 10 o'clock or Friday night at 7 o'clock or Saturday afternoon. Make an appointment with it. And it will abide by that appointment on one basis. And that is that you keep that appointment, and that you know you're going to keep that appointment when you make it. And you can just be doing this privately in your own mind. The very first time this happened to me, it was several years ago, maybe 8 years ago, and I was at a full-time career as an international attorney for an international asset management firm. I had a really big job, full on, loved it. I had a fabulous husband and 2 teenagers. And I had committed to dealing with this particular issue that had been in my life a long time. So I had a lot going on. And one day I was in a big meeting. I was the lead attorney and I had to be extremely focused for the whole meeting. And as we sat down, I felt this wave of emotion rise up inside me that was coming from the trauma that I was processing. And I was like, I can't have this in this meeting. This is not appropriate. And so what I said to myself, just sitting there in a room full of mostly men, just privately in my own mind, I said, okay, we can't do this right now. I do want to address whatever it is you need, and I will deal with you. I will give you space, but we can't do this right now. And I very quickly thought to when would be the first time I knew I could have time alone. And it was about 3 or 4 days later. And so I said, it was a Friday night. I said, I know I can get a couple of hours alone on Friday night. Come back then and I promise I will meet you. And I knew that I would not break that appointment. And it went away. It completely subsided immediately. And I went through the meeting with full focus, full calm, fully present. But you can bet your bottom dollar I was ready and available on Friday night for that emotion. And it came. And we dealt with it together. I sat with it, I listened to it, I processed it, but there was no way I was going to break that appointment, because I knew if I did, I could never make that arrangement ever again. And I found that through necessity. I didn't know it was a thing. I now know that it is a thing. And you can do that with anything. You're overthinking, you're catastrophizing, your anxiety, if you're processing something yourself and an emotion wants to visit at an inopportune time, you can 100% make an appointment with that for later that day, later that week. The only deal breaker is if you don't intend to keep that, or you're thinking, well, maybe I'll make it, but I'll just say that anyway. You're making this agreement with yourself. You know whether you're intending to commit to that or not. So I wanted to share that with you today because I and many of my clients that I have shared that with have found it immensely helpful in our everyday lives when we are working hard to deal with trauma, issues, difficulties, improve ourselves, and we're really working hard and really committed to our own journey. And sometimes things pop up at not the best moment, but know that you don't have to just succumb in that space and struggle through it. You can make this appointment as long as you promise and you do keep it. So I really hope you will find that as helpful as myself and all of the clients that I have worked with who have really used it in their everyday lives. And if you have any comments or you want to share or send me a message on it, I would love to hear from you. And if you want to share this video with anybody, feel free. It's publicly available on my YouTube channel. They're for public consumption to help as many people as possible, so feel free to share. And thanks for listening. I'm sorry this one was slightly longer today, but I really felt I had to give you a bit more of an example to demonstrate this one a bit more. So thanks so much for joining me, and I will see you in our next daily devotional. Take care, everyone. Bye.